Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The captain of the ill-fated boat in Binangonan, Rizal, claimed that he bribed Philippine Coast Guard personnel to allow him to work without a valid license. In today's Senate hearing, MBI Express boat captain Donald Anain said he gave the PCG inspector 100 pesos worth of bananas and 50 pesos in cash. After this, the motorbangka Anain captain was allowed to sail to Talim Island in Binangonan, which later on capsized, killing 27 passengers. Initial investigation showed that the vessel was overloaded and that most passengers were not wearing life jackets. PCG Commandant Admiral Artemio Abu said they are now investigating two of their own personnel for the tragedy. A senator wants both PCG officers jailed for negligence.
Hindi ka pumunta doon physically. Hindi mo ginawa. Okay. Kasi kung ginawa mo yon, napigilan mo sana dahil nakita mo, sobrang pagka-overloading. Kung nandoon ka, ginawa mo trabaho mo, pinigilan mo, na wag mo na kayo maglarga, wala sana mga namatay. Kaya sabi ko, malaking kapabayaan mo. Kung may kapabayaan po itong kapitan na ito, okay, wala, hindi ko sa kinakambiyan itong taon to. Siya ngayon ay naka-uniforme ng pangpreso, dapat ganun ka rin in the name of fairness and transparency.
Moving on to another story, security and geopolitical analysts are weighing in on China's recent aggression in the disputed waters. Philippine Society for International Security Studies President Romel Banlawi told sa Totoo Lang on 1PH that Coast Guard to Coast Guard communication is key in resolving the dispute. He also advises the Marcos administration to drop the ceremonial and personal visits to China while tensions are up in the West Philippine Sea. Recall that the Chinese Coast Guard fired water cannons at a Philippine Coast Guard vessel on August 5 to keep it and two other Filipino resupply ships from reaching the Ayungin Shoal.
Ang pag-uusap kasi ay nangyari sa mga top officials at kailangan ma-translate yung understanding ng mga top officials into ground reality. Dapat maituloy yung pag-uusap ng China Coast Guard at Philippine Coast Guard. Marami na po tayo mga ganyang mga ceremonial visits, mga diplomatic niceties. Ang kailangan po talaga natin ngayon talaga ay magkaroon ng agreement, magkaroon ng settlement talaga ng dispute.
And for geopolitical analyst Richard Heydarian, only a smart national defense strategy could end the territorial tug-of-war between Manila and Beijing. In an interview with Frontline Tonight, Heydarian said that there is no need for the Marcos administration to declare martial law just to fend off China. The expert also found it amusing that senators who were mum on the issue during former President Duterte's term are now very vocal about China's aggression. Heydarian believes that the previous administration gave China the wrong idea.
Maalala yung panahon ng nangyari sa Reed Bank, Recto Bank, muntik na namatay yung ating mga kababayan dun sa Gemver, ilan mayingista, muntik na matay. Ano po yung sinabi ng mga ibang senador dyan? Ngayon biglang tapang-tapangan sila. So I just find that very amusing. Ang problema is sa ilalim ng dating administration, I think we gave a lot of wrong impressions to China. Yung huling pagbisita ni Pangulong Duterte dito sa China, I think they gave China an impression na they can do whatever what they want to us, but they will still have good friends.
One senator is calling on the government to stop sending armed forces officials to China for training. Senator Raffy Tulfo believes that such trips are an insult to the Philippines, which he said had been subjected to numerous incidents of bullying by China. The AFP officials' travels are supposedly financed by the Chinese government. The lawmaker likewise called out Beijing's donations to Manila in the form of military equipment. Senator Tulfo is planning to file a resolution that will jumpstart a Senate investigation into the issue. We're pausing for a quick break, but we have more stories right after that. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI, is now looking into petitions of local manufacturers to raise their prices. Trade Undersecretary Ruth Castelo said the request covers at least 43 out of 217 shelf-keeping items in the market. The price adjustments will help cushion the rising costs of raw materials, particularly of products with imported ingredients. These include noodles, which are made of wheat flour from overseas. The DTI revealed that price hike requests of 10 centavos to 7 pesos for food items and 1 peso and 50 centavos to nearly 10 pesos for non-food items. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. Close to 700 billion pesos of the proposed 5.768 trillion peso national budget will be going to debt payments. That's equivalent to some 12.1% of the total 2024 funding, according to the Department of Finance. The agency notes that interest payments have been going down, which in turn have freed up more fiscal resources. The DOF is planning to reallocate savings to the government's priority programs. And starting today, Tuesday, August 8, some parts of Cavite will experience water interruptions, which could go on for almost 3 months. Maynilad is implementing daily water service interruptions in part of Bacoor, Imus, and Las Piñas from 5 p.m. to 6 a.m. Maynilad will use the time to fix its Putatan water treatment plant in Muntinlupa to prepare for the amihan season. Also today, motorists using the NLEX-SLEX connector road will have to shell out for toll. Drivers of Class 1 vehicles like small cars and SUVs will have to shell out 86 pesos in fees. The toll fee for minivans, buses, and other Class 2 vehicles is at 215 pesos, while Class 3 vehicles like trucks will be charged 302 pesos. Until today, the Section 1 of the NLEX-SLEX connector road has been operating toll-free since it opened to the public in late March. And in sports, Gilas Pilipinas has wrapped up its stint at the pocket tournament in China with a win over Iran. And they are getting much-needed reinforcement in Jordan Clarkson, who is back in Manila to join the FIBA World Cup build-up. Marty Bautista with the details.
Alonzo catches it. AJ Edo, good fake, strong move coming from
Gilas Pilipinas entered the game against Iran in the China Pocket Tournament, carrying momentum from the Senegal win the previous night. But the Iranians took all the blows and kept the game interesting until the final 4 minutes of the game. Gilas pulled away via a massive 14-1 run during the stretch as their gameplay clicked on both ends of the floor. This enabled the Nationals to pull off a 63-48 win over Iran. Gilas wrapped up their China trip with a 3-1 win-loss record in the mini-tournament. Upon the team's return, they will be greeted by Phil-Am Utah Jazz guard Jordan Clarkson. The star guard arrived at the country at around 5:40 this morning on a flight from the Los Angeles International Airport. Clarkson is not yet provided with the final schedule of the national team's practices, but right now he's positive of the team's chances in the group stages of the World Cup.
I don't know, we'll see. But I'm just excited to be with the team again. I think we got a good chance to, do some things, hopefully win some games.
Gilas is expected to resume practices on Wednesday, and with Clarkson in the helm, the team is seen to ramp up trainings even more. There are just over 2 weeks left before the World Cup tips off on August 25. They're grouped with Italy, Dominican Republic, and Angola in the group stages. For News 5, Marty Bautista, we are One News.
One News Now will be back at 6 p.m. with the day's latest stories. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.